What's up, everybody? It's Levi from LeviLassick.com. Thanks again for joining me. And this is episode 4 of 6 in my interview series with Dr. Misak. He was the third key doctor out of the 5 doctors that I saw that helped me cure my ulcerative colitis over a year time frame. And in this episode, we're going to talk about a nonprofit that he started, the Quantum Bioelectric Association. And he focuses on really helping protect natural practitioners. We talk about electroacupuncture, which was also a major part in my healing process. And we talk about the damage that cell phones can cause. So, how should you carry those around with you properly? So I think you'll find this video very interesting, a lot of good, useful information. So thanks again for joining us. Come check it out. Well, good. So vitalometry, amazing. What else you got in your bag of tricks?
Well, if you go to docmisak.com, you're going to see that I started a nonprofit called the Quantum Bioelectric Chemistry or Quantum Bioelectric Association. Because the Ninth Amendment of the Constitution protects the freedoms of education, and so if you go and you start watching my YouTubes, I'm teaching you stuff that you're not learning elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And the people who brought this to you, Dr. Reams and the things that I'm teaching, they were thrown in jail for fasting people, teaching them what diets to eat and what minerals to take, and watching people get better of incurable diseases. So the Ninth Amendment protects education. We're supposed to have freedom of education, yet my channel seems to be censored. The links, when people try to share my show, they don't work. When people go to find me, they can't. It's really screwed up. I don't know why. And but do you believe in conspiracy? I'm not going to sit there and put it out there, because then I'm one of those right-sided people, that turns around and says these things. But you're a testimony that the basics of what I help people understand. Your body restores itself. It really does, and you can learn this stuff in your own home. How to do it, what to take, how to eat, most importantly, because diet is individualized, and your chemistry will scream when you're eating foods you shouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I talk about that with people too. I mean, you should know pretty quickly when you eat something it doesn't agree. I mean, it's not that hard. That's the other thing. Also, changing up, blood type diet or cutting out beef. I mean, you talk about pretty much elimination of gas too. I mean, when you're eating foods that are good for you, you shouldn't be walking around just that's why kids
people don't believe you when you say my poop don't stink.
Yeah. It's like roses. Absolutely. Yeah. It's supplements. It smells like calcium now. But I mean, that it truly is amazing. So your body does have and that's the thing. Everybody I've talked to online in this community that has, been able to go natural, or I should say who has actually, cured themselves, has done it naturally, right? Some people, they don't make it to that, or, they get stuck on medications and the doctors, they still get them to, they tell them they have no cure. I mean, I could go see a medical doctor right now and they're going to tell me, you're not cured, you're asymptomatic,
Yeah, you're in remission.
Yeah, I'm in remission.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know about that, but that's the funny thing. But yeah, everyone I've talked to, they've done so, but it's harder. That's the other thing. It is.
What I do love is that if you live 5 years post your diagnosis of cancer, they've cured you. But if you die 5 years and 2 days later, you were still cured of the cancer that you came to me for. Okay. But you can be 7 years without symptom. Nope. You're in remission.
That's why at the 5-year mark, that's whenever I put out the content again, because, I took the 5 years, I was putting out content before, and then I had a horrific flare and nearly died, and it nearly killed me, and I nearly lost my colon. And then to recover from that, I just thought, I make it to that 5-year mark, because cancer patients are considered cured, then I should be too. And I hit that 5-year mark without any issues. And so I was like, I'm going to go back to posting some content. But yeah, and people need to know about these doctors, at least the doctors I've had several people, they've talked to me about visiting Chicago. But yeah, Pittsburgh, absolutely. People should go to Pittsburgh. I was just looking up the video, that I did with you. It's 1,800 views right now. So somebody should have ventured in there once in a while. Maybe they didn't say so, but I'm sure that you've had a straggler or two that's gone in there to see you. So
Good. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. So also, can you kind of touch back on the electroacupuncture as well? You kind of mentioned that a little bit briefly.
Reinhard Boll was a German scientist back in the 1950s. The story goes that the man, he was a German scientist and physician, but that he came down with bladder cancer. And that bladder cancer in the 1950s was a death sentence because what they did with traditional medicine could not cure it. But he heard that if he went to an acupuncturist, that he could go get needles stuck in him and they could cure him. Well, he's like, the hell yeah, I'll try it. And he did, and he got cured. So the guy, being a scientist, said, well, how the hell is this possible? So he studied the concepts of acupuncture, and it's all energy. He's like, well, if it's energy, I should be able to measure it. So he came up with the ingenious idea that if we measure electrical activity at acupuncture points, I should be able to measure a galvanic current there. And guess what? He could. And then he found that the acupuncture points had a different measurement that was consistent within a range versus just randomly picking spots on the body. So then he turned around and mapped out where all the acupuncture charts in these old acupuncture dolls and said, yep, these are real, but here's some more. He added to the acupuncture points of saying these are actually measurable points on the body, and verified that acupuncture does exist. And then what happened was, the story goes, is that he measured somebody to be imbalanced. They left the room and then they came back and they were balanced. And he's like, what the hell did you do? And he's like, they're like, nothing. Like, no, you don't go from being imbalanced to balanced. And they're like, I went and got this. And they pulled an herb out of their pocket. And they took the herb not in contact with the person, because everything's energy. So, oh my God, I hold this cell phone. Now the energy of this is in my energy. Never keep cell phones on you. You get in your car, get it off of you. You get in your house, your office, get it off of you. Do not hold that damn thing, you know? So he found that when the person was in contact with that product, it brought that acupuncture back into balance. But if they took it off of them, it went imbalanced. I.e., wait a minute, the energy of this is getting incorporated into your energy circuit, and now I can test you for what brings you back into balance. It opened up a whole new world. And once that discovery was made, he became a quack. Because now you're imbalanced, you have these conditions, yet I can give you these natural products, they'll bring you back into balance, and those conditions got better. So a lot of people go to what's called electrodiagnostics, or people who do electroacupuncture by Boll, and they go get balance. I'm going to test you. These are your imbalance points. These are the products that bring you back into balance. People take them and they feel better. And they do. It does help you. But if you're not removing the causes, you're going to always have imbalance. Mm-hmm. Whereas I try to help people identify, get rid of this. This is what you need. And then you live that lifestyle. And you don't need me anymore. So that's kind of the summation of it.
Yeah. And I use that quite a bit. One of the doctors in Chicago that helped me out uses electroacupuncture. And that was a main part of my healing as well, was that treatment protocol. So it's absolutely
finding what brought you back into balance. Whereas you came to me and I'm like, stop eating this crap. Stop. You know, you need this.
Yeah. Yep. I was maybe heading back on the path back, but
yep.